I think just society doesn't want to get involved in these type of issues. They want to put their heads in the sand or not speak about it because it's somebody else's problem. The fact that these young gentlemen were willing to stand up and take a stand against domestic violence, I think, is a very powerful message. It's a message of educating not only their peers but the fans that follow them. But it's also a stand that our community is taking to say we're not going to put up with domestic violence anymore. You heard the stats. One of the scary stats that I heard was 1 call every 8 hours to domestic violence. So you can imagine how that just destroys some of our families here in our community. So we want to take that stand and say, listen, we're not going to stand and stick our heads in the sand anymore. We're going to bring this message forward, and we're going to take a stand, and hopefully we do, as the term was, put domestic violence in the penalty box.
Well, it's definitely a big factor for us and something that we really care about. We realize a number like 1 call every 8 hours in domestic violence is something that's totally not acceptable to anyone. And especially the Nipissing Lakers hockey team. It's something that we'd like to eliminate totally from our today's society.
You know, when you're in the dressing room and you're chatting, does that come up? Is it a subject for your team or somebody on your team?
Well, it's definitely not a case for anyone on our team, but it's something that we all are very aware of and something that we do not support at all. And it doesn't really come up in the locker room, but definitely if the situation was to occur, I believe it strongly, and all of our players would act correctly and eliminate it.
Well, it's such an important part of becoming a citizen. To be aware of the world around you. And one of the things we talk about in our vision and our mission statement for Nipissing is that we're building caring, creative, critical thinkers who will become great citizens. And so part of being a citizen is taking care of everybody else around you. And it's important to me that our students think about how they live their lives as well as what they've learned. I guess, too, that we have a special responsibility because our university is about 82% female. So a lot of young women go through our university. A lot of young men do too. But as so many of them become teachers, I think it's particularly important that they are thinking about the roots of violence and injustice and bring a balanced approach when they are teachers in the classroom, because around about half of our graduates go into the teaching profession. So it's a place where you can really make a difference in building the attitudes of young people and making sure we all hold each other accountable for behaving well towards our family members as well as our neighbors and friends.